Papa.
Come with me. We're doing a batch bake day today. A day to get prepared for snacks that we can take on the road with us that aren't going to be full of preservatives, additives, chemicals. You know, we want to be eliminating those out of our diet and not buying store-bought snacks all the time or depending on them.
Okay, so I like to start off by getting all of my ingredients set out and measured, and then I'm going to move on to getting these dates soaking. We're going to soak them in hot boiling water and then set them aside for at least 20 minutes. Then we're going to move on to our crackers, and I like to get the butter cold, nice and cold in the fridge before doing this, and then work it in with my hands. I don't have any fancy gear, so we are using our God-given hands. And then I season it with garlic and turmeric and salt and pepper. And I also use milk instead of water because I find it brings out the flavors, and also it gives it more fat and calories, you know, when we're trying to fat up our little boy here. And then I'm going to work that in with my hands. It does take some time, and then I'm going to roll it out. And this part I'm still getting familiar with. I'm not rolling it thin enough, so they come out a bit thick, but they're still so tasty, so I don't mind. And now we're going to move on to our date pudding. And I don't have any fancy machines. It would be super helpful because then I could get the butter to melt down better, but instead we're just using our hands and our arm muscle. And then once that's nicely combined, I'm going to add in some vanilla. And I don't measure vanilla because I just pour with my heart. And after that, we're going to still mix it in. And then we're going to add in 2 eggs. We're going to beat them in one at a time. And then once that is mixed up together nicely, we're going to add this mixture in with our flour. And then we'll bring that together with our soaked dates. So the dates should be so soaked enough that, you know, they're nice and soft. You could also blend them, but we just wanted to get on the roll today. So I just mixed it all in with the same amount of water that I had soaked the dates with, and then mix that up and then get it in your nice fresh greased down pan. And then we'll move on to the next. Next up is our nut seed date mixture, and I love adding apricots into this if you haven't. And then after it's all chopped up and we are going to flatten it, you can also make balls, but I wanted to try something different by making little squares to see how my son would do, to see if he would like it better. I did, however, find that we had to keep it in the fridge to keep it intact, but it was still nice and yummy.
Hey guys, so we just finished batch baking today. It's around 4 p.m. now at night.